Hi everyone, my name is Yana and today my group is going to tell you about globalization. We will cover such points as what is globalization, reasons for globalization, positive impacts, negative impacts and conclusion. So, what is globalization? Globalization is a process of interaction and integration among the people, companies, and governments of different nations. It is an economic process of integration which has cultural and social aspects as well. Globalization has increased the production of goods and services. Globalization is not a new term. It has been taking place for 100 years, but has speeded up over the last half-century. Globalization has resulted in increased international trade, a company cooperating in more than one country, greater dependence of the global economy, movement of capital, goods and services, and recognition of companies. And now I want to pass my words to Artem.
There are several key factors which have influenced the process of globalization. First one is improvements in transportation. It means that goods can be delivered and people can travel more quickly and cheaper. Second one is freedom of trade. Organizations like World Trade Organization promote free trade between countries, which help to remove barriers between countries. Then is improvements of communications. The internet and mobile technology has allowed the greater communication between people in different countries. Labor availability and skills. It means that some countries have lower labor costs and higher skill levels. And the last one is development of transnational corporations. Transnational corporations play a larger role in development of the global economy through the sharing of research, trade, and technological advances between the different countries. They also play a big part in increasing the interconnection in the world's economic, cultural, and political system. Globalization has positive and negative impacts. Positive impacts are inward investment by transnational corporations helps countries by providing new jobs and skills for local people. Transnational corporations bring wealth and foreign currency to local economies when they buy local resources, products, and services. The extra money created by this investment can be spent on education, health, and infrastructure. The sharing of ideas, experience, and lifestyles of people and culture. People can experience food and other products not previously available in their countries. Globalization increases in awareness of events in faraway parts of the world, and it may help to make people more aware of global issues such as deforestation and global warming, and alert them to the need of sustainable development.
Globalization is not easily defined. For some, it is a positive process leading to shared social values worldwide. For others, the term has a negative meaning, and critics see it as marginalizing less dominant cultures, particularly those in the developing world. So, there are some negative impacts of globalization. Globalization operates mostly in the interest of the richest countries, which continue to dominate world trade at the expense of developing countries. The role of less economically developed countries in the world market is mostly to provide the North and West with cheap labor and raw materials. Another criticism that Western nations, particularly the United States, impose cultural values on others through media and popular culture. Critics of globalization call this cultural imperialism because the West promotes its culture as having more worth or being more correct than other regions' cultural values. The domination of news media and internet services by Western companies helps maintain this influence over local views, according to critics. Fast food chain is growing very fast, but some of the most rapid growth is occurring in the developing countries, whereas it's really changing the way people eat. Most people prefer to buy fast foods because it's cheap and quick. This replaces home-cooked meal enjoyed with family and friends. Traditional diets and recipes are reeled into sodas, burgers, and other highly processed and standardized items that have a lot of fat, sugar, and salt, resulting in a global epidemic of diabetes, obesity, and other chronic diseases. An increase in hidden unemployment, a lack of new job openings, and the worsening of real wage rates are the consequences of globalization in most developing economies, which were unable to adapt to new technologies. Some United Nations members, including the Vatican City, claim that globalization increases poverty among young people, the old women, indigenous peoples, and immigrants, which has a cultural impact. A representative from Cuba said one result of globalization was that 20% of the world population consumed 80% of global production, leaving 80% of the population in increased poverty. One way to reduce poverty in these groups is for wealthy nations to accept more imports from developing countries. Our group considers the phenomena of globalization, and in conclusion, I would like to say that globalization is a serious issue with its positive and negative sides that affects many nations. Researchers should analyze these impacts carefully so as to prevent the negative impacts.